Coming to you live from the past, because we're recording these out of order. Episode 107 of the Duels of... I had to double check.
Episode.
I had to check. We're doing these out of order. We're trying to batch so that we have a little bit of free time over the holidays, to spend time with our
Whoa. I thought we were
cards.
just being thematic because of Stranger Things.
Oh. We're in the Upside Down.
We're the Wrinkle in Time.
I'm not going upside down. I can't do that.
That's a different book.
That is a different book. But this, the 107th episode of the Duels of Dorks podcast, the Magic the Gathering podcast. I'm Connor. That's Sam. He's the other half of the Dungeon Bros. That's Wyatt. He's typically Gemini-ish in many ways. And
Some would say.
Normally, some might say.
Some would.
I wouldn't. I would say typically, you're a handsome ass man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Typically. Today, it's a little rough, but that's fine.
I was about to say, come on now.
I'm looking rough today too. It's all good.
Yes.
We're all in our it's cold, we need to stay warm in the phase.
Lumberjack phase.
Exactly.
Like to move to lumberjack phase?
Ooh. I would,
The unknown secret
priority.
phase of Magic the Gathering.
Where would the lumberjack phase be? Like, what place in the term?
After you untap.
Before the upkeep is the lumberjack
But
phase?
before the upkeep, that is the
Okay.
lumberjack phase.
Are you sure?
Untap, lumberjack, upkeep, draw.
Would the lumberjack phase be... Would it be like a triggered phase that happens immediately upon playing a land?
A forest specifically.
Yeah,
Yes,
forest specific.
yes.
And it
Okay.
turns that forest into a plains.
Actually, I was
waste.
thinking it turns
turns
the
it into
forest
waste.
into mountain because red.
Because red.
I mean...
Well, there's not a fire, but they didn't
There's
call
a
it
flannel.
fire. They called it a mountain.
There's a flannel.
There you go.
We can play fast and loose with the rules here.
Wow. Actually, I think we just gave them the next secret lair.
We really did.
Flannel lands.
Flannel.
I would unironically love that, actually. Like, genuinely. It's not, there's no words on them. It's literally just like, oh fuck, how would they do black? Because usually it's like red and black is flannel, and then like blue and black
Black
is
and
flannel.
gray.
Black and gray.
Yellow, black, and
make that
yellow.
work.
Look, as someone who extensively wears a lot of black, I can say that a black flannel is black and gray.
That's fair. We
I
can
can't
allow
wait
that.
to see the advertisement for that secret lair. Are you a lumbersexual? Well, jump in the secret lair.
What does
After-
wood do for your wood?
After your untap and before your upkeep.
Get wood.
Get wood. Get wooded.
Introducing the new lumberjack phase. Got some extra lands lying around?
So anyway, this is the last episode of 2026 as it's airing. For us, it's not. Oh God.
2025, right?
Oh, it's the last one of
You should
2025.
wait a year to release this
That's
content. Well, we've had 6 other sets come out this year, but we
all-
really
we're-
We just start making up cards. You
just play this at the end of 2026 and you're like, these are all the freshest cards. People are like, these cards are a year old.
That would be such a great, and like,
This is the bit for next year.
this is the bit for next year. Absolutely. I'm not
Starting
gonna
off,
remember
number 5, Vivi.
it. Vivi Ornitier. So anyway, this is the last episode of 2025. Normally, the Duels of Dorks podcast, we go over all the news and goings on in the world of Magic the Gathering, everything you need to know to be an informed player of the game. But this time, it's the last episode of the year. We're going to look back on the year that was, and we're going to, in an objective sense, with no wiggle room whatsoever for subjectivity or opinion, give you the best cards, the best new design cards that have come out in 2025. No reprints, no Firelord Ozai's face as a cruel tutor. None of that nonsense.
Yeah.
Only specifically new designs released in the calendar year of 2025. And
I'm glad you specified that, because I did look through Innistrad Remastered to see if there was anything in there, and then I was like, wait a minute. These are all reprints.
100% reprints. 100% reprints. But before we get into this, you got to let you know, this podcast, the Duels of Mandorks podcast, posts every other week on Mondays, free feeds, Apple, Spotify, YouTube Music, wherever you get your podcasts. And you can get it a week early and ad-free over on Patreon, patreon.com/dungeonbros. $5 a month gets you early ad-free access to all the YouTube videos, to the podcast, all that kind of stuff. If you join at the $15 a month tier, you get your name read at the end of the episode, or randomly whenever we feel like it, because Brandon Volt deserves that kind of attention. He really does. He really does. He really does. Or you could just join for free if you want to leave a comment, get a question read on the show. Tell us why you think the Mox Jasper is the best Mox that's ever been released.
Give us your best pick of the best card for 2025.
Exactly.
What's performed for you that's not banned?
That's not banned.
Big one right there. Big one.
A shockingly shrinking list, actually. Before we really get into the nitty-gritty here, I think a couple things need to be mentioned at the top, okay?
Yeah.
And those things are Stock Up, Cori Steelcutter, Voice of Victory, Vivi Ornitier, Sazh's Chocobo, the Traveling Chocobo, Pinnacle Emissary, Icetill Explorer, the Soulstone, Badgermole Cub, and Wan-Shi-Ton, which are probably objectively the best cards released this year. I don't think I missed anything. Obviously, they're expensive cards. They're good. Play those cards. That is what it is. That is what it is.
That's not why you come to the Duels and Mana Dorks.
No.
You don't come to hear us go on about good cards being good. You come to hear me rant about why I hate the red land from Edge of Eternities.
The only reason I showed up.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I rage baited him before we even get started. This is fantastic. So, we know the rules. We got the big dogs out of the way, so we're not clogging up our list with the, of course, Badgermole Cub. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Pinnacle Emissary is making Affinity in Modern again. Yeah, it's good. It's great. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to start us off here. I wasn't sure which one I wanted to start with, but I have to go. I have to go with my balls on this one.
Okay.
And I see basically nobody talking about this card. This is from Tarkir Dragonstorm. Stillness in Motion. I apologize. I almost died there. Stillness in Motion. 1 in a blue. It's a rare from Tarkir Dragonstorm. 14 cents. 14 cents, mind you. 1 in a blue enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill 3 cards. Then, if your library has no cards in it, exile this enchantment and put 5 cards from your graveyard on the top of your library in any order. Pretty simple effect. And as the resident and probably lifetime player of Narset Enlightened Exile, just on your upkeep, getting basically 3 extra cards added to your hand by milling them into the graveyard. It's pretty dang good. A lot of Sultai Mill really likes this, just kind of incidental. Is it going to be this uber powerful thing? No. But it's just going to be 2 mana, you can play it on turn 2, and it's just going to generate you value. And then, if you happen to come upon a turn where you have no cards in your library, perhaps an infinite combo that mills out your entire library so you can do whatever you want in the graveyard, you have the flexibility to go to your turn and then sculpt the perfect 6 cards in your library to then draw from. So, for 14 cents, I've seen it do a lot of very good work in my Narset deck. Stillness in Motion is my first.
You know, that card sounds eerily familiar to a very powerful 3-mana black card called Doomsday.
Yes. Now,
and if anyone knows about Doomsday piles, that card sounds like you could probably make some pretty good Stillness in Motion Moonlit piles.
You do have to work a little bit harder to make it work than Doomsday. But you just kind of get more passive value. It's very, if you're familiar last year with Modern Horizons 3 Ripples of Undeath.
I was going to say that one. That's what that reminded me of.
It's very, very similar, where instead of getting the card immediately, you kind of have the Doomsday Pile, like, emergency button at the end. So,
well, I mean, you're in blue, you know, you could do things like you could Gush to return islands to your hand. That's how you crack the first 2 cards of the Doomsday Pile. You don't have to dig very deep before you could just win with a Thassa's Oracle.
That's true.
Or a Lab Man.
Well, I mean, between Stillness in Motion and Thassa's, you only need to draw 3 cards.
Yeah,
for you to get the win con there. Anyway, Stillness in Motion is my first pick. Let's go to Sam next. Sam, what is your first card?
Alrighty. So, I said this before, I said this before the podcast started, and I'll say it again. I chose cards that I just really liked. Cards that I'm excited, in this case, to build, because this is a legendary creature from the Avatar set. This is Iroh T-Master.
Yes.
Iroh T-Master is 1 red-white for a 2/2 legendary human citizen ally. When Iroh enters, create a food token. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may have target opponent gain control of target permanent you control. When you do, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. Put a +1 counter on that token for each permanent you own that your opponent controls. That are your opponents control. So, I really like this because I've been seeing several cards that in the past year that have been really starting to create a Boros group hug deck.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, a lot of group hug and Bant, getting white, blue, and green, can often just kind of stall out, right? I like this idea of this Boros hand your opponents things, whether they're useful things, whether they're not aggressively bad things, because there's also a John Arenikith style deck that just hands your opponents bad things. There's also a Jund one that just hands your opponents bad things. But this, other things like Discerning Financier, and then recently in Final Fantasy, Zidane, all have aspects of this Boros group hug deck, and Iroh is finally starting to giving you a little bit more than just a treasure here or there, or a card draw here or there. It's giving you something you can use.
So when you brought up Iroh, the first thing that popped in my head was Zidane, just because it feels like that block of text very much synergizes with itself. Yeah. Absolutely. Boros group hug seems a little interesting.
Yeah, right? It's a new direction, and what I really like about Iroh specifically is people would be tempted to just give away bad things, like cards that, you know, say you can't play creatures anymore, or you can't play non-creatures, this, that, and the third. But what's interesting is it doesn't say you can't sacrifice them or anything. Like, other cards will specify, like, you can't sacrifice this card, or blah, blah, blah. So it's not a deck where you want to do that, because sacrifice is such a big thing nowadays. Yeah. So people will probably be able to get rid of the really bad thing you gave them. So I think it kind of incentivizes you to find interesting ways to give people things that they won't want to get rid of, so you can get the most benefit out of.
But I think that's why when he enters, he creates the food. It's like the peace offering. Those kinds of like generic catch-all tokens that you can make a million of. Your foods, clues. I think treasure's a little bit less, because people are much more incentivized to just crack the treasure and use it.
Oh, right. Obviously.
But yeah, with food and clues and things like that, it's like, okay.
You could get some weird token. I think it would be fun to just build it as just all the weird tokens, and then just giving them to people.
Just things that, like, your opponents can use, but it's like, unless you're running a food deck, you don't usually want to spend the mana to crack a food unless you're desperate.
Absolutely.
If you're running a clue deck, you usually don't want to spend the mana to crack a clue unless you're desperate. So yeah, giving those things away, it's not hurting your opponents at all. It's progressing your game plan, and it's probably just going to still sit there at the end of the game.
That's true. That's true. All right, Wyatt, what's your first card?
Mine is a common.
Nice.
From Aether Drift.
Oh.
4 mana, 3 generic and 1 black for Packdoll Terror. It is a 3/4 artifact creature toy that says, whenever this creature or another artifact you control enters, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Simple effect.
Simple and clear.
Perfectly executed on this card that I think flew right under the radar, because there are so many treasure decks, so many decks that just incidentally just beep, 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 beep. And this is almost a Mirkwood Bats. Almost. It doesn't get it for leaving, but for coming in. So in anything where you're, smacking people upside the head and making a bunch of tokens, Ancient Copper Dragon, Kane, Traitorous, Dragoon, I believe that is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything like that where you're just making a bunch of tokens, this is going to put in work.
Absolutely. So, Wyatt, you missed it because you were reading the card, but Sam's got a little visual aid.
Hey!
that was
It's
funny.
sitting on top of my limited deck.
Hey,
Ah. Oh!
So somebody may have forgotten to get an Innistrad Remaster pack, so he's waiting for it to ship before he can open his packs. I don't know who's doing that.
I'll have to
I
look.
will agree with you, Wyatt. I think this is a very interesting card, especially at common. It is 4 mana, but that does come on a 3/4 body. A lot of times that you have these, especially the gain and drain sort of cards. They are on like 1/1s. They're on 1/2s or something like that. And obviously not in our format, being commander focused players mostly. We don't really care that things die to bolt, but things die to bolt still.
That's true.
So this guy not only comes down, starts gaining you life, draining your opponents, it can also block. It can also attack.
Yeah.
It's not sitting
And-
there on the board dead.
And it's an artifact. So all the discounts
That's true.
go into that. I mean, there's so many things that just synergize with artifacts. It's crazy because there's more from this set that I have.
Oh, we're pulling from Ether Drift a lot. All right, cool.
Oh yeah.
All right, fun. I'm going to. We haven't talked about. Dare I say, arguably the best set of the year. Quite yet,
Let's hear it.
and it's one of the best kill spells that I think has ever been printed. At 3 mana, Overkill from Final Fantasy. 2 and a black for an instant. Target creature gets -0, -9,999 until end of turn.
I wonder why they would need to minus so much.
So it's obviously a fun Final Fantasy reference, but at the end of the day, 3 mana kill, like murder. It's a better rate than murder. Instant speed. It's 2 generic, 1 black, easier to cast. The minusing of the toughness, specifically getting around indestructibility, makes this much more versatile than a lot of the 3 mana kill spells in black. Is it amazing? No, but it's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's really fun to turn someone's big bad creature into whatever -9,900 and whatever. It's
Style
fun.
points.
It's a lot of good style points. I like the design of. For one, it's like super mega thematic for Final Fantasy. The art on it, I think, is emblematic of one of the games where hitting 9,999 damage cap is like iconic, and being a relatively efficient, best in class at that mana cost at instant for black that wants to do that job. And it's just kind of like a chill, no nonsense, get the job done kind of card. Not a lot to say. It's a kill spell. It's a fun kill spell. Yeah.
Fun kill spell.
Fun kill spell. And yes, I said it. I've come to my decision that Final Fantasy, I think, is the best set of the year. I know.
Yep.
I know. Fanboy.
Hey.
Fanboy.
That's okay. That's okay. You're forgiven.
Thank you. Sam, let's get to your second. I don't think I specified. We're doing 5 cards each. So 15 cards total. 5 cards each. I don't think I specified that on the mic. I want to
On mic.
hit that.
Okay. Well, since you both did, you know what? I'll continue the trend and go with an uncommon.
Okay.
Also from Final Fantasy.
Oh.
This is going to be Battle Menu.
Nice.
It's 1 and a white for a instant that has 4 modes on it, which I don't know why I didn't pull this up as soon as I knew what I was going to do. Battle Menu. Here we go. Choose one. Attack. Create a 2/2 white knight creature token. Ability. Target creature gets +0/+4 until end of turn. Magic. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Item. You gain 4 life. Now, when it comes to instant speed interaction, people look to the blue players for the counter magic. People look to the red players for the surprise burn spell. People look to the green players for the
everything.
Embiggen.
For the everything.
For the everything. I think this is a really cool, very versatile gotcha spell in white, right? Mm-hmm. We see each of these modes has the possibility for you to either surprise take out something your opponent is coming at you with to at least trade, or keep your creature on the field while you destroy theirs, or if you can't trade effectively or you can't block effectively, you maybe get hit and you can immediately gain back 4 life, and that could I don't think we play as many gotcha spells as maybe we could be in a lot of decks. But I think this one is a really good way to either save yourself for a turn, or maybe even keep yourself in the game just long enough to push on to the next phase and get a nice little boost.
Absolutely.
So this reminds me a lot of another Modern Horizons Thraben Charm, which is very similar kind of vibe, 1 and a white instant, and it's got 3 modes. Thraben Charm is a card that I feel like I include in most of my white included decks as just like a nice versatile. I think versatile instant speed interaction is like super, super valuable. Obviously in Commander, everyone knows your Swords to Plowshares, your Path to Exiles, your very efficient cards. But these like 2 or 3 mana cards that are just a little bit more expensive but have a bunch of use cases to them make themselves way more useful and card efficient in a deck, where you can jam a bunch of effects into one card and it takes up 1 slot instead of 4 or 5. Battle menus in that list of cards where it's like, all right, if I'm building a white deck, like,
right,
you can save a creature with the +4/+0. You can get rid of a big threat. A 2-mana flash 2/2 creature with relevant creature type in Knight is just a solid rate as just a backup plan. And then you have exactly lethal? Well, fuck you.
Yep.
That's my
favorite.
favorite.
Amazing how often exactly lethal comes up.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite. You got all the math blasters out there. They had the like semi aggro mid range where they're like math. They're not full math is for blockers. They're not full send. They're like, I'm going to hit you exactly. And it's like you activated my item card.
Exactly.
Very good. All right, Wyatt, your second card.
All right. Going back to Aether Drift.
Oh boy.
I cannot believe that this card is $1.09 is the cheapest one I'm looking at, but it's still under $2 for the most part, which is crazy to me. 6-mana artifact, Radiant Lotus. Sacrifice 1 or more artifacts, tap it, of course. Choose a color. Target player adds 3 mana of the chosen color for each artifact sacrificed this way. This can combo with so much stuff, and I don't even want to hear that it's a 6-mana thing to be able to do it, because people play other cards that are just as expensive to get stuff out of, like Timeless thing, the one you can tap and get 5, the Ruberg mana, and then there's Chromatic Orrery, which lets you transfer your colored mana or colorless mana into colored mana, and things of that nature. This just seems really good. Super easy to untap artifacts and get multiple uses of this off. Sacrifice a bunch of artifacts, ping a bunch of things, or draw a bunch of cards off of it, and also make a bunch of mana, and then untap it and do it again. Like, it's crazy to me that this card is only $1, and it's a mythic.
This turns all of your treasures into a Black Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest, I don't even care about untapping that thing. I mean, if you land it, and worst case scenario, if someone points a artifact removal at it, You can tap and have it sacrifice itself
Yep.
to get just that additional burst of mana. It feels very Stormy in a lot of ways, definitely enabling some kind of big play finisher style card. But even just like, oh, I've got a bunch of treasure. Turning your foods into a Black Lotus, turning your clues, your maps, your incidental, your munitions, whatever, into a Black Lotus. I mean, anything. 6 mana, I feel like, is a fair rate for repeatedly turning your stuff into Black Lotuses. You know?
Well, that's kind of like, it kind of falls along the lines of the altars or of Clark Clan Ironworks. And if you think about those, yeah, Clark,
I get it.
Clan Ironworks. If you think about either of those, most of the time, a lot of the time those are combo pieces that I sack this thing, get 3 tokens, sack the tokens to get 3 tokens. But like, there's other times where you're just like, all right, now I have a board of 20 artifacts. I'm just going to sack them all to get the mana. Okay, well, you got another option right here. And in a lot of those decks that need those or want those, you're still creating a huge amount of tokens. My mind immediately goes to one of my first decks I built was Muriel, Shield of Argive. And that one could churn out artifact soldier tokens like nothing else.
She's a bitch, man. She's a bitch.
She can turn out, 10, 20 artifact creature tokens a turn. Okay, now it's second main phase, I tap, or wait another turn, cycle, tap, and suddenly I have 60 mana to do whatever I want with.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's so many decks that just incidentally make things that are artifacts, or purposefully make things that are artifact tokens. And now, instead of being stranded on mana, you could just turn those artifacts into Black Lotuses, one of Magic the Gathering's most powerful and expensive cards. If you take out serialized stuff and everything like that. The One Ring and...
I like the concept of playing your mana rocks to get this out on turn 4 or 5, get it out early, and then you can use the rocks as fuel immediately to storm off on the turn you cast it. And then that'd be... I think that's fun. There's a lot of cool shenanigans that this enables, and 3 different versions for less than $2. It's a pretty good card. It's a dang good card.
I'm just saying.
Well, it's a great card.
But
So,
with that will close my favorites from Aether Drift.
very good. Very good. So before we started, Wyatt specifically said, and I quote, or he was texting us earlier and said, I hope you guys have a little bit of Universes Beyond, because I basically have nothing from Universes Beyond on this list. And we hit a Final Fantasy, some Final Fantasy. We hit Iroh. I want to hit a Secret Lair. Deadpool trading card.
Ah.
2
Okay.
black, red for a 5/3 mutant mercenary hero. When Deadpool enters, you may exchange his text box and another creature's. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 3 life, and then you can pay 3 to sack the creature, and each other player draws a card. The 4 mana, take your best thing, make you hurt yourself, and then if you want to get rid of it, give me a card. Such a dick move.
Truly.
And not only that, if they sacrifice it and give everyone the card so they're not being bolted every single upkeep, you still are keeping your Deadpool with the good effect.
Yeah.
They're killing their own thing. It locks down super powerful, intimidating commanders and gives you the benefit of those commanders, turning it against them. I don't even care about this card as a commander, honestly. I think in the 99 of a black-red including deck, this is just a great 4 mana, shut down the biggest thing, you get to take it card. Super thematic. The fact that it's black border is a little bit crazy because you're swapping text boxes. But I love how people were like, oh yeah, I made this card sleeve where they printed out the text box for Deadpool onto the sleeve so they can give the sleeve to the other player and then they slide the card in. So it's like, oh, okay, I love how people how they've done cool crafts around this card. I think it's a pretty damn good 4-mana effect just to have in your 99. And I think Secret Lairs need a little bit of a shout out, because even though they suck, and it's not fun to have unique, limited,
And it's not print to demand,
things, they get some dope designs. You got to give it to them.
Well, they got to make it worth it.
Got to give it to
most of the time.
I suspect that this is our, unless someone's going to pull out a weird Spider-Man card, I feel like this is our token Marvel inclusion for the list today.
Yeah.
It's not a token. It's a card.
Sorry, he's cutting through the cards, so I was like, oh, surely. Anyway. Sam, what do you got? Number 3.
Number 3. Well, I'm going to I'm gonna honor Wyatt here, and I'll talk about an Aether Drift card.
Oh my
God.
What's happening to this podcast? What are we doing? We're losing all credibility.
You will respect Aether Drift by the time we're done.
And this is a 3-mana artifact in the rare slot of Aether Drift. This is Monument to Endurance. Whenever you discard a card, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Draw a card, create a treasure, or each opponent loses 3 life. I love this card. I've not gotten to play it because I don't really have a good deck for it, but it wants you to play in a discard style deck. And we've been seeing more and more of those over the past couple of years. I'm thinking Ivora from Foundations last year. There's plenty of Madness Commanders. There's plenty of ones from Aether Drift. The Izzet color pairing in Aether Drift dealt with a lot of discarding cards. The sharks.
Cycling.
Oh yeah. Also,
anyway,
the Green Goblin. Got to point out the Green Goblin.
Ooh, Green Goblin. That's
Green
a
Goblin
good
loves this card.
one.
Exactly. It's a lot of the problem with these kind of decks is you run out of gas pretty quick, or you're just discarding to get some random effect. Have you ever looked at a lot of Madness cards? They're really random effects most of the time. And then these Mayhem cards. Yeah, sure, you can get that creature back, but you're still down a card in hand. But to be able to draw a card, whether to be able to get a treasure token, or create or gain, make an opponent start draining your opponents. And you can do this each turn, which is oftentimes you're like, oh, my opponent's turn. All right, well, I have a thrill of possibilities. All right, cool. Well, there's another treasure for me, or you lose 3 life.
I'll cycle a card.
You cycle a card.
Cycling is the big one that, like, from hand, just incidental, like the cycling. Oh fuck, what's the card I'm thinking of? Oh my god, blood tokens. Blood tokens.
Yes, blood tokens.
That's the big one. I've built a pauper deck, like an actual competitive-ish pauper deck that's entirely Madness cards and like Voldaren Epicure and blood tokens and discarding and drawing and getting cheap, super great effects. If I wasn't in pauper, this would be a damn good inclusion.
Yeah.
Damn to be in pauper.
Damn good.
But oh well.
It's just kind of solid, generic, good value to have.
Oh, yeah, I have a Quasar Augur of Agonies deck, and would love it because it's basically just a cycling deck with things like New Perspectives or New Horizons. It's something. It's basically like it's 5 mana, draw 3 cards, and then as long as you have 7 or more cards in your hand, all the cycling cost is 0. Or Fluctuator, which makes your cycling cost 2 less. So basically the point is to get one of those out, all your cycling's free, you're discarding, drawing, and Quasar's pinging. But with this, it would be even better because now I'm getting an extra card, a treasure, I'm draining the table, and then I pass, and then on someone else's turn I'm like, let's do it all again, and then we'll do it again. So,
absolutely
good all around.
I've got a copy of this in a binder, and I just haven't found the perfect deck for it quite yet. It'll be very good. All right, Wyatt. Card number 3.
For this, I'm going to take us to a little trip to space. All right? I'm talking Edge of Eternities.
Space.
The set to justify Star Trek, you mean?
Let's stick in the universe, okay? In-universe magic.
I wanted Star Wars.
You're getting Star Trek! But you might be familiar with a card from Strixhaven Commander decks called Essex the Fractal Bloom, which is the first time that you would make tokens each turn. You can choose another creature you control, and you make that many tokens of that creature. This card does the same thing, but it's 3 mana. It's an enchantment, it's an aura, Moonlit Meditation. Enchant artifact or creature you control. The first time you would create one or more tokens each turn, you may instead create that many tokens that are copies of the enchanted permanent.
I forgot about this card entirely.
It's so good. So good. Let me tell you, because Essex is good in and of itself, but it's 6 mana. This can come down early. And even if you're just creating a token a turn, just one, if you put it on the token maker, the token generator, you're suddenly making more.
Exponential growth, baby.
And it just goes like that. And that's not even taking into consideration that you can copy this, you can put an enchantment on this that would make subsequent tokens of itself. There's a lot you can do with this card, and it's 3 mana. It's a rare.
Damn.
It's crazy.
I feel like this just gets out of control. Like it combos out. Something, just this, it literally, there's a million different. It makes I completely forgot about this card entirely.
There you go.
It's like quietly, but how is it less than $1?
That's what I'm saying. That's what's so crazy. People are all focused on the wrong things. Get back to universes within Magic. There's good cards there.
Oh, there's so like
This kind of reminds me. It was a big card last year. How many? Let's see. And it's still a $5 card. It's Springheart Nantuko.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Which it's a
Same thing.
Springheart Nantuko. It's a 1/1 for 1 and a green, or you can bestow it for 1 and a green. Enchant creatures +1/+1, and has a landfall trigger, which is whenever a land you control enters, you may pay 1 and a green. If it is a permanent attached, if this permanent is attached to a creature you control, if you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature. If you don't, get a 1/1 green insect creature token.
There seems to be something that went with that.
Man, could you
There
imagine?
was.
Could you imagine if Nadu was legal with these 2 cards?
Oh God! Like imagine putting that card, Moonlight Meditation, on a Scoot Swarm. Just imagine.
It makes its own. It generates its own tokens, and then also you are creating additional tokens of it. God,
How many Scoot Swarm do you make? I have no idea.
I make
A million.
enough.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter at this point.
this
You
is
have a-
this is one of those cards where it's going to be like a year or 2 from now, and we're going to be like, oh, there's this new set. Oh, there's this card that's like weird. That's cool. And then someone for the first time is going to enchant it with Moonlit Meditation, and they're going to realize like, oh, this is a thing now.
I mean, think about this. What's that card you're always talking about for affinity in Modern?
Oh, Pinnacle Emissary.
Pinnacle Emissary. Imagine if you equip this on a Pinnacle Emissary, and then you play an artifact.
Oh, and it just makes more of itself. Fuck.
Instantly. And they don't go away, so you could warp it in, equip this, 0 cost artifact. There's the copies of it. The warp goes away. You have 2 or however many copies of whatever you just made. It's so good. So good.
So the problem I see is that it's 3 mana for that deck.
I mean, it would be, this is just this is magical Christmas land scenario, but still.
Yeah. That would make it the second highest mana cost, and the other one is Kappa Cannoneer, which is basically just a blue. For all intents and purposes. But no, that's fucked. I hate that. Thank you. So Wyatt,
You're most welcome.
I'm gonna do a card type for number 4 overall.
Okay.
I'm going to do a card type that we haven't talked about yet.
Okay.
And that is the land, also from Edge of Eternities, Caveron Memorial World. It is a planet land that enters tapped. It adds a red mana. And then for station...
You couldn't even get through it. You know it's bad. Don't even put this on the list. This was going to go in, like, if we ever did a Razzies for Magic, this is going to be on there.
I just wanted to rage bait you a little bit. I do want to keep it in red, though. Do I want to grab the land? Do I want to grab the land?
If you don't, I will, because mine...
You're already fetching, so, might as well grab the land.
Fuck it. I'm not going to do that.
You already took one.
Go fine.
We're going to... This one is deeply personal for me. Okay.
I got a headache just from you reading that.
You're welcome.
I thought I was about to lose it, man. I was like, if he keeps going with this card, so help me God.
What if that was just my actual entry? The worst mythic land that might have ever been printed.
I think you can just say the worst mythic ever.
Oh,
maybe the worst land ever.
I don't know about that. Let's not get out of hand here. This one is deeply personal to me. Simply because it took my favorite keyword and made it better. And that is from Avatar, the Firebending Student. 1 in a red for a 1/2 human monk. It has prowess, my favorite keyword.
As we all know.
And then they added Firebending X to it, where X is the creature's power.
Oh, yeah. They were just like, what if, and hear me out now, because we did red so dirty with the land cycle, we give a Monastery Swift Spear, but better.
Monastery Swift Spear that generates you mana.
Because
now,
what do red decks want to do?
They want to boom.
They want to boom. They want to get in there.
So when I went to Avatar pre-release, I was not able to participate because I had a swim meet and I couldn't go. But I had a pre-release kit. And I got the Zuko one and I got a Firebending Student and I was very happy.
Hell yeah.
Already in the infamous Narset Enlightened Exile deck. Mm-hmm. And boys, it sings. It sings so
I was
good.
going to say, we're going to have to get this deck on stream soon.
It sings so good. When we do our limited game, if we got time, we can jam a Commander game.
Hell yeah.
Jamming.
We can jam it, absolutely. But yeah, the prowess procs growing its own power and then giving you a mana refund on attack that you can then use for more instant speed stuff that then also grows its prowess and making it a bigger threat is very, very, very good. Worst case scenario, it's a 2 mana 1/2 that generates you a mana when it attacks. And then if you cast something, it becomes bigger.
Yeah.
Any kind of flash enabler, any kind of instant speed spell.
You know, this sounds familiar to what you tried to do with Vivi. And what was the pump spell? The red spell?
Listen. Oh, from Tarkir. Gosh, dang flabbit.
Wild Ride?
Yes, Wild Ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very Wild Ridean.
Well, just, I mean, I'll put 1 mana into it. Now it's a 4/4. Or a 4 whatever. Actually 5 because it prowessed itself. So you're swinging and getting 5 mana. Yep. You know what you can do with 5 mana?
At least something.
You can't even
on turn 2?
You can't even cast turn 3 because 2 mana creature. You gotta wait. It doesn't have haste.
Okay, wait. Okay, my bad. Yeah. Turn 3 though.
Let's fucking calm down a little bit, Wyatt. Okay,
I can't.
You're getting out of hand.
I just get so passionate.
But yeah, no. Like turn 3, you cast the Wild Ride targeting the student. You attack. You get the 5 mana, and then your Thrill of Possibility. You can, I mean, shit. If you had an open blue mana, you could hit a Born Upon the Wind and then dump that into anything. You got a Leyline of Anticipation out because, of course, you do.
Leyline of Anticipation,
right? Duh.
Anyway, the Firebending Student. It's a card that seems like it was designed specifically for me. And it makes me very happy. Very happy. Sam, what is your fourth card?
I will go ahead and stick with actually Firebending. So, Firebending, I was reading some articles recently. Firebending did not slap in the limited environment.
It's hard to spend the mana.
There were not a lot of great outlets to spend the mana. The commons and uncommons, of course, which you want to build from, were not the best. There were like one or two really good ones, but the rest were kind of misses. So I think that Constructed, specifically Commander, is a really good place for Firebending. And I'm going to point out Firelord Azula.
Oh, yes.
This is a legendary human noble for 1 and Grixis for a 4/4. She has Firebending 2, and whenever you cast a spell, Firelord Azula whenever you cast a spell while a Firelord Azula is attacking, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. A copy of a permanent spell becomes a token. So I like this a lot for a couple of reasons. One being the fact that it's not regular Grixis, right? Regular Grixis asks you to do really one of three things: either resource denial, or draining gain. 2, is it plus black spell slinger, or is it plus black artifacts? Having the fact that she can copy any spell you cast during combat, creating tokens of permanents with flash, or like you said, Landline of Antissa.
Patient.
Being able to cast. But yeah, any sort of way to utilize. You're now giving yourself many ways to utilize that extra red mana you get when you Firebend. And again, that doesn't go away until end of combat. So whether you want to cast it at the beginning of combat, or at attackers, before blockers, before damage, or before end of combat, you have a lot of possibilities. So I actually cracked this one. I'm starting to throw together a collection build, and I'm excited to see where it goes and what kind of... I know there are definitely probably some infinites that you can go with this. But I don't care about them.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't even getting into all the various ways where you can keep unspent mana through phases. We got that with the... I would keep wanting to call him the Shocker from Spider-Man, but that's not what he is.
The Shocker. This is our thing now.
I always want to call him that. But he lets you keep the red mana between phases. That's all I'm saying. Oh my god. I'm dying. There's a lot of people that are trying to even build Azula in like a CEDH style, just because the spell copying at instant speed. I mean, that whole format's just instant speed. Throw a Born Upon the Wind out, and then suddenly you could just be copying insane pieces.
You can copy Born Upon the Wind itself and draw an additional card.
That is true.
So
that is true. That is true.
Was better than one card? 2 cards.
2 cards is better than 1. That is true. That is true. I learned that when I upgraded from a blue mage with cantrips to a red mage with faithless looting. 2 is better than 1.
Yeah, that's what they say.
My favorite thing, I don't know how you feel about this, Wyatt. My favorite thing about Firelord Azula is, not only could she get it, but she would like pull my throat out and like giggle.
Yeah.
And that's not normally something I'm into, but specifically the look that she gives me on this card art, it wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, Wyatt, what's
He's
14 years old during the series, sir.
Fuck.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything because I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let him. He'll think about that. He'll come back to it in a minute. But
this art does not look like a 14-year-old.
Show me your ID.
IDs now.
Connor.
From Legend of Korra. From Legend of Korra. From the Legend of Korra. From the Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
From the Legend of Korra.
Right.
From the Legend of Korra. From the Legend of Korra. From the Legend of Korra. From the Legend of Korra.
Well, following the theme of 2 is better than 1, I got something that's even better than that. Because
3?
traveling from space, we're going to come down to a dragon plane.
Oh, okay.
This number 2 card is from Dragon Storm of Tarkir.
There we go.
Or Tarkir Dragon Storm.
There we go. We got there.
I got there. I was messed up. Naga Fleshcrafter.
Ooh.
3 generic and a blue. Creature Snake Shapeshifter. You may have this creature enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. Hey, it's a clone. Who doesn't love a clone?
4-mana clone.
4-mana clone. But it also has Renew. For 3 mana, 2 and a blue. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on target non-legendary creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until the end of the turn. Madness.
Not madness. That has.
It's Renew. It's Renew.
Okay.
It's Renew.
All right, you.
Why do we let him on why do we let him on this Magic podcast? He doesn't even know what madness does.
But picture putting this on, like, Avenger of Zendikar. Picture putting this on, you know, let's say you got a Scoot Swarm kind of popping off a little bit. Going a little crazy with the Scoot Swarm, but
Scoot.
it's not winning just yet. But you got a bunch of 1/1s now. What could we turn these into? What about a Craterhoof Behemoth?
You certainly could.
Yeah.
You certainly could. Now, I want to talk about the rate here on this thing.
Yeah.
3 and a blue. I don't know if you're familiar with the Fallout set, Nanogen Conversion. 3 and a blue, you choose a creature, all your creatures become a copy of that creature.
Yeah.
This is a 4-mana clone, which is on rate. Most clones are 4 mana. It's easier to cast because it's only got the 1 blue pip in it. And you get the 3-mana cast from the graveyard secondary mode when it eventually dies, or if you mill it over or something, where you get a Nanogen Conversion for a non-legend.
I think that's always
2 cards
my
stapled together.
My favorite type of card is where it's a creature, it's an enchantment, it's whatever that comes down, does something in the early game, maybe the mid game, dies, you kill it, you sack it, you attack into a dump block, whatever, and then 4 turns later, you're like, all right, hey, remember that thing you killed? Well, it's in my graveyard. Now it's useful.
Exactly.
Now
It's
you
back.
see the real use.
I'm going to flash back this faceless looting, bitch. No, absolutely. It's so much good value. And again, we've been bringing up a lot of cards. 18 cents.
And remember, when it comes in, it's a clone for any creature on the battlefield. You can copy other people's creatures with it at first. And then when you exile it from the graveyard, it has to be yours. But, that being said, there's a lot of room to play.
You can get the alt art borderless fancy version in foil for 50 cents.
There you go.
Well, I'll take 7.
Give me 38.
Get them now.
Give me 38 of them, frankly.
Oh, why not?
When this podcast
Blue
pops,
deck, it's going in.
when this podcast pops off, those foils are going to be like 65 cents. You know, sell into the hype.
Ooh.
Damn.
Sell into
Whoa,
the hype.
Brandon Vole.
Hard
Whoa,
Kingdom hit us
whoa. Don't go raising the price now.
I think it is about time we reach our final 3 cards.
Yes.
I've had a lot of options on the table for this one. Do I want
This is the best card. This is your number 1 pick.
my number 1 pick? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy to put that kind of pressure on me, quite frankly.
But it's called for.
Is it?
Yeah. It's the best cards of the year. And we saved the best for last.
Do I want to rage bait or not? Do I want to rage bait or not? I don't know.
Do what feels right in your heart.
It doesn't feel right, though. It does not feel right, though, but it's very tempting.
Do the uncommon Aether Drift land cycle that just you can sack it to create a pilot.
Aether Drift? Aether Drift, you say?
I did say that, didn't I?
I've got one card on my list that's left from Aether Drift.
Is this your favorite card of the year?
Not even kind of.
Oh, well, then don't do it.
You know what? I'm going with the balls here. All right.
All right.
We're remaining on the plane of Tarkir here. Okay.
Excellent.
There was a new card type introduced into Tarkir Dragonstorm. The Omen. The Omen card. And there's a lot of really good omens that are attached to dragons. But the one that I keep finding myself coming back to, the one that I keep, whenever I see it, it's like, oh, it's like 10 cents in the bin. I'll grab it. I'll throw it in. I've got so many copies of this fucking thing. And I just keep finding uses for it. It is a common Storm Shriek Feral. 4 in a red for a 3/3 dragon with flying and haste. You can pay 1 in a red to give it +1/+0. Your classic Shivering Dragon. Okay? But for 1 in a red, you can flush out sorcery speed, discard a card, draw 2 cards. It's simple. Nothing fancy about it at all. Is it worse than Adventures? Yeah. I would argue. But depending on the effect, a 2-mana looting effect that goes back into your library for you to find later. In a limited environment, this won me several games when I was at Gen Con. I was doing the Gen Con RCQ, Regional Championship Qualifier Tournament, and it was Tarkir Dragonstorm sealed. Opened up 6 packs. I got like 3 copies of Storm Shriek Feral, and all 3 of them went into the deck. I was doing Mardu aggro and having a cheap 2-mana card draw effect in Mardu, coupled with a 5-mana sync later that gives me a flyer specifically in that limited environment. I ended up winning 3. I won like 4 of my matches.
Ooh.
3 or 4 of my matches, something like that. I don't remember my record. It was enough to get me into top 16 for prizing.
Hell yeah!
For that specific one. Not for the whole entire RCQ, just for that session.
Right.
Specifically. Right. But it won me at least 2 of those games, just because I was able to use it early to filter through my deck to get the pieces that I needed, and then I was able to throw down a 5-mana hasty flyer at the end that closed it out. Is it the best card of the year? Fuck no. It's probably Badgermole Cub or like Wan-Shi-Ton or Vivi or something like that.
Yeah.
But
R.I.P. to the cards that are no longer with us.
R.I.P. May they rest in peace. But for me specifically, go into my first RCQ, winning a boatload of Edge of Eternity's packs, where I opened up one of my favorite cards of the year, Pinnacle Emissary, several times over. I got a cool Secret Lair Showdown Shoot the Sheriff promo that's actually worth a couple bucks. Storm Shriek Feral closing out the games for me, getting the W here.
Best card of the year from Connor.
Dope.
It's common. You can pick up. I shit you not, for less than $1. You can get like 15 copies of that bad boy.
So for all of you,
just saying,
enjoyers out there, just know,
of you who wanna plaster your wall in Storm Shriek Ferals.
Pretty much.
If you want to get Storm Shriek Ferals away from Connor, you got to start shelling out the dough.
I'm just saying, if I open one, it's going in my limited deck for the end of year limited game. That's what's going to happen. Sam, what's your final card?
All right. So this was a card that I did open in my limited packs, but I didn't put in the deck just because I didn't think it was going to be that useful. I think, though, in a constructed environment, it will be. And that's Villainous Wrath.
Ooh.
It's 3 black for a sorcery from the Spider-Man set.
Ugh.
Target opponent loses life equal to the number of creatures they control. Then destroy all creatures. So, You may ask, what's the problem with board wipes? Well, I'll tell you the problem with board wipes is they stall out games and make it a slog. Or, in some cases, like Fumigate, they just completely negate the past couple turns and put somebody back to full life. Screw you, Fumigate. Now, this is an anti-Fumigate. I don't know about you guys, but I play against people who love tokens.
Yes, Salem.
Especially things like...
Yes, Salem.
I was talking actually about my friend John, who plays a Heir Apparent deck.
Oh, he plays Heir Apparent? That's psycho.
Plays Heir Apparent.
I love it.
And it's like, oh no, what are you going to do with 43 rabbits? You're going to lose 43 life, and then, if you're not dead already...
Lose your board.
The whole board is clear.
I guess he'll be hopping on down the bunny trail then.
Someone call an ambulance.
But not for me.
No, you're absolutely right about the board wipes, though. Stalling out games, that's why I love the one-sided board wipe. Obviously, your Cyclonic Rifts. I really like Ruinous Ultimatum, just so that you don't get set back. But this one in particular, easily knocking out a player in most games. Like,
easily,
there's knocking out, or at least pushing it from the mid game into the late game. You're like, all right. Well, you lose 5 life, and great, now we're all down to 10.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And, like, I feel like every pod has the token deck, if you know what I'm saying. You know?
Figure out which one down.
It happens.
Which 7?
Wyatt, do you have any thoughts, or do you want to get to the final card of this here? Best cards of 2025.
I'm going to get to the final card.
Oh, boy.
Because I got to get going here soon.
Yes.
But it's funny that you mentioned tokens. Because my number 1 pick, I've already picked up a copy of this card. Exalted Sunborn from Edge of Eternities. 3 and 2 white for a creature angel wizard. Flying lifelink. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead.
Oh, yeah.
And it has a warp cost. It is a 4/5. Let me tell you. When I get my hands on any kind of token generator, and then you give me a way to double that, it hits just right. And what's great about this is it can come down as just a value piece. Like, let's say you're, I don't know, playing some kind of Boros shell. You get out an Ancient Copper Dragon, you're like, alright, I only got it for a turn.
It's definitely going to die.
It's definitely going to die. But you swing in. But before you do, you pay this warp cost. Oh, you only rolled a 10. That would usually, 10 treasures is 10 treasures. Now it's 20. You can do a lot, is what
20,
I'm saying.
20 is better than 10.
Yeah.
So that's what I do like that about the warp cost specifically, because if you think about a lot of token doublers, Mondrak, O'Hare Talk, Anointed Procession, where are those at? Those are at your 4 to 6 mana spots. Doubling Season, 4 mana.
Oh yeah.
Parallel Lives, 4 mana. This is oftentimes you don't need to create double the tokens every turn. Sometimes you just need to be able to create double the tokens this turn. And then down the line, you'll create more of those tokens because once you get that 5 mana back, you can play your big bomb and double it.
Again.
Or double it. Play the doubler and then the big bomb still.
We've talked about this with a lot of cards. It's on rate for its face value, and it's got the 2 mana single turn upside, plus you got a 4/5 flying lifelinking body attached to it. It is a great stabilizer card to have. Just floating out in exile, free from any hand manipulation shenanigans, ready at a moment's notice. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are officially and objectively, with no opinion or bias whatsoever, the 15 best cards of 2025.
Hands down.
Period.
Good job.
Objective list. Let us know if you made it this far in the comments below what card we forgot. Because surely It's like, oh, I really love. This is my chance to just say cards. Oh, I really loved Origin of Metal Bending. Oh, I thought Astrologian's Planisphere was banging. I can't believe you guys didn't bring up the last ride. You know.
Yeah.
The Bender's water skin.
Slicer.
Yeah. I can't believe you guys didn't bring up the Caveron Memorial World in a more serious tone, because it deserves some reflection. You know, if that's your opinion, which isn't mine, let us know in the comments below. Do you guys have any final words for our audience on this, the Lord's 2025th year of this planet's existence, and totally not the million something?
Well, yes, of course. As we want to remind you every time, chase cards are just gambling.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But gamblers always give up right before they hit it big.
It's true. You've seen the meme.
Wyatt, you might have a problem.
You've seen the meme. He's gambling for like 10-cent uncommons though, so it's a whole different.
You know, you gotta use the whole pack.
We're not.
That's where it comes from.
Gotta use the whole pack is awesome. It's like using the whole.
You gotta find a way.
Oh my god, that's awesome. I love that. Thank you all very much for watching us in 2025. The next episode, which we'll be recording ahead of time as well, we're going to look ahead at what we can be excited for in 2026. Hopefully by the end of the year, you've also seen us play a limited game where we look back and play with all the cards from 2025. Not all of them. We open up a pack from each set. Sam's already done his. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
Can you tell any of these cards except for the Pactol Doll Terror that I showed you earlier?
Exactly. With all that being
Pay no
said,
attention to the man behind the curtain.
pay no attention to the man behind the freaky doll.
No good deed. Anyway.
With all that being said, we love you very much, and as always,
Bye-bye.